Hey everybody, my name is Dan and welcome to DC Outdoors. If this is your first time here and you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please get started by clicking the like, subscribe, and bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Well, I hope y'all are doing good. I just decided here to do a little pop-up live stream. The last time I had an opportunity to connect with you all was, I guess, probably back in May sometime. So figured I had a little bit of time here this morning, so we would jump on, do a quick live stream, and yeah, see who's able to join. I know that these pop-up lives are kind of funny because they come out of the blue, and I recognize y'all are busy and got busy stuff going on, but yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you who do decide to tap in and join in along the way. So hope you all are having a pretty happy Friday so far. Who do we see in the house? Cranking and yanking. Thanks so much for tapping in. Good to see you here today, my friend. Hope you're doing good, James. Nice to see you. I was just saying a little earlier, have today off for vacation day today. So figured, got the morning here. So we tap online here and do a little bit of a live stream. So if anybody does pop in and they want to chat with me, through camera and audio and all that good stuff, I did pin the link there at the top too. So welcome to jump on in there and say hello if you feel like doing that. I'm at work without power, so waiting on power company to show up. Oh, geez, man, that sucks. That sucks a lot, man. Yeah, we've had power outages in some of the stores that I manage, and it's such a pain in the butt to just wait around there and fix a problem. And so hopefully yours doesn't last too long. Favorite cook, thank you for tapping in. Nice to see you. Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be from. I wonder, is it a small power outage, or is it something like affecting the whole city or town? I can't believe, though, that we're already near the end of June. Holy smokes, this year has flown by so quickly. We've been so busy here around the house and at home. Finally planning on getting out and doing some camping here soon in our trailer for our first full family camping trip. But that's crazy. It's crazy late for us. Usually we get out there and tow out the trailer much earlier in the year. So it's nice that we're finally getting out. But yeah, it's been a late start for us with just how busy life has been. Brian, good to see you today, my friend. I will send you a message on Messenger soon. But yeah, I have today off. So I figured pop on here and do a little live stream. Kids have a final exam this morning for school. So yeah, I just figured I'd get a little bit of time here to do my thing. So pop on up and say hello to y'all. Hey, John Boyart, haven't seen you in a while. JJ, nice to see you as well. I hope everything's going good for you. I see that you're commenting here that you had to take a break because the grandparents passed away. So I'm really sorry to hear that, but it's nice to have you back here on YouTube. I was thinking about you the other day. And Sunfish King, my man, good to see you as well. Thank you for tapping in. Nice to see you. I was just saying a little bit earlier, just had a little bit of spare time this morning. So I figure I'd pop on and do a live stream here and, spend, I don't know, maybe an hour and a bit with you guys here. So we'll see how she goes. Yeah, other than that, like I said, kid's just writing a test this morning. So he'll be wandering home in an hour or two, depending on how fast his test goes. And yeah, we're excited to hopefully get out camping here soon. So sweating my butt off at the farm, but watching and listening. Appreciate that, man. Is it a hot morning out your way, or I guess morning or afternoon? Probably morning still. It's kind of cloudy and overcasty here. We've had a lot of rain. You guys probably know about the wildfire situation here in Canada, because I know it created a lot of smoke that got sent the way of sent the way of you guys. But we had a lot of rain earlier this week. So basically from Sunday, so from Father's Day through until I think Wednesday, it pretty much rained like absolutely nonstop. but it's stopped now. It's just a little overcast this morning, but I think some of the rain has helped some of these fires. I mean, for a while we were over 200 wildfires just in Alberta alone, and I think we're down to like 77, which is still a ton, but the rain's helping a little bit. 31 to 32 Celsius. That's pretty friggin' hot, man. That's really hot. Yeah, 31 to 32 Celsius is around like the absolute hottest that it'll ever get here in Edmonton. Sometimes we'll see this temperature maybe get to like 32 or 34, but like no hotter than that. Is Canada really like the Trailer Park Boys? There's definitely communities that are like Sunnyvale. The vast majority is not, but we do have chicken chips and dressed all over chips. And what other ones does Ricky say? Zesty Mordant, all classic flavored chips we have up here in the Great White North. I don't think it's like Trailer Park Boys too much. People do steal shopping carts though occasionally. Prayers for rain indeed. Yeah, we've gotten a lot. It's funny because some of these places where there was fires are now like under flood watches, which is absolutely crazy to go from fires to floods in like a couple days. But they figure that a lot of these fires will still be burning really right until November. So pretty nuts. Nice to see you. Hui fishing. Appreciate you tapping in. Same here in the US. Zesty Mordant. On the Trailer Park Boys, what the hell kind of, I think it's Zesty. Is it Dorito flavor called Zesty? Yeah. There's an episode called Dressed All Over and Zesty Mordant. I was so confused with the chips his daughter went to buy and got arrested for driving without a license. Yeah, you're right. Zesty Mordant is just, I think, like the French word for zesty. So it's literally like they're just Doritos zesty, but Mordant is the French version. So that's all. That's why that, and yeah, Ricky calls them Dressed All Over. So funny. Jalapenos. They're called jalapenos. I love the Trailer Park Boys. Oh my God, 42 to 43. That's nuts. That's not the kind of weather for a guy like me. I'd be dying. There's not enough water to drink. You guys can try. I don't know if anybody wants to try that hashtag new friend, all as one word. So hashtag NEWFRIEND. It's supposed to share out your link. So I guess we can see if someone wants to give that a whirl for me just to see if it works. Let's see if it fires up. Hope it does. I don't know. I haven't checked the chat bot, whatever it's called. Okay, there she goes. Thanks for giving that a try. So feel free to check out each other. I know, some of you guys might already be acquainted and others might not be. So, feel free to give each other's links a click. And as always, if you're making some new friends, I think the tricky thing is you want to make sure you go over to their page, watch some of their videos, and maybe even like a video, leave a comment. Otherwise, though, I think we've all seen circumstances where you'll make a bunch of new friends and connections, and then they just all disappear the next day, right? So take a few seconds, even if you have to leave the stream, to go over to their page and watch a bit of a video. Please do that, so that way, it sticks. Missouri, USA, we get minus 27 in winters and 42 in summers, give or take. Yeah, so that's similar weather to us, but you guys are definitely hotter than us in our summers. And to be honest with you, like we might get, I don't know, Hui Fishing can kind of tag in, but we might get like 5 days, 6 days, 7 days maybe when we're over 30 degrees in the summer. So we get a handful of those kinds of days, but they're usually not long lasting. Yeah, I agree, SFK. I do the same. I have had to clean up my list here a little bit ago just because it was a little bit crazy of stuff and channels that I haven't seen active in the longest of times. And it's really, 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 really hard to kind of stay current on everybody. But I've been, as lame as it sounded, and just trying to go through a chunk of it like every day of the week. Otherwise, I just find I get so far behind, and it's like impossible to kind of catch up. So just working my way through the list too. But yeah, to your point, it's, you might as well support people who you know you're interested in, right? Nice to see you, LB. Appreciate you tapping in. Okay, it's already very hot. Then again, I'm working hard out in the heat. Yeah, that's hard too, buddy. If you're standing out in the sun and moving around like that, it gets pretty hot pretty quick. That's exactly it, SFK. That's all you can do is do your best. When you reel up a fish, they instantly get cooked. It's too hot. Yeah, pretty much, isn't it? You throw them to the boat, and you can just start to see them steaming there for you. Yeah, she's too hot. Being out on the water, my God, man. That's a funny thing too, is I never really thought about is getting sunburnt, not only in the summertime fishing, but I got some nasty sunburns this year ice fishing. You just forget that all that sun just reflects right off that white snow. And I left ice fishing a few times, like pretty wind and sunburnt, looking like a lobster. So I think it's a good reminder to, wear that sunscreen even in the winter, which is crazy to think, but she gets pretty sunny. I was doing the same thing, weeding out the ones that don't come around and support you. Yeah, it's also, it's less for me about the ones that don't come around and support, but it's more so when I look at a channel and I see just stuff like I just, I don't know, not interested in maybe anymore, or haven't seen anything out from them anymore. It just makes my list way too long to keep up to, right? So I think you're right, LB. Spending a little bit of time going through and just seeing what's up and cleaning stuff out is good. I got a comment too, LB. I always find your logo, right, because you got that little red tent in the corner. The way that your logo shows up in my feed always has that red circle. It has a little part of that red tent in the corner, so it literally looks like you're live streaming. Because you know how when you see the list of channels, there's a little red dot in the corner when someone's on a live. Yours always catches me off guard, makes me think that you're on a live because of that little red tent. Got to catch up a little bit. Catch and cook all in one. Yeah, totally. When they boil in the live well, yeah, pretty much. I'm very Irish and sunburn very easily. Yeah, and a few good burns is not, you know, never really good. I kind of have a bit of like Ukrainian and kind of background Polish and Ukrainian, and there's always a joke that we get sunburn once in the beginning of the year and then carry a little bit of brown with us the rest of the year. But the first time about, I always get pretty scorched too, my neck and ears, and or if I'm wearing sunglasses, I got that like white stuff around my eyes. John Boy, you got to go hashtag new friend if you want to share it out. Absolutely, sunglasses are big. I'm actually worried about a sun damage patch of skin on my nose and cheek. I'm pretty big see from the try to speak over. Yeah, you know what? You're right, SFK. We go and support a local charity each spring who does some fundraising for melanoma research, and it's funny how many like outdoors people get bit by the sea, right? Exactly from the thing that you mentioned, right? But I would recommend, if you're worried about it, go in and see your doctor and maybe get a referral just to take a look, right? Because the last thing in the world that you want is something that's a little discolored, like you're mentioning, turning into something that's bad, right? So, I'm not a medical doctor, but I think like, if you see something a bit strange, man, you might want to go take it and get it looked after. It's a serious thing, man. Hat and sunscreen go a long way. Leave a message about the book I done. Thank you, sir. Did you leave the message in here? Did I miss you? Let me go back. I don't know what you mean there, bud. Hey, Jay Steele, thank you for tapping in. Good to see you. Appreciate you joining in. SoFlo Outdoors, thank you for joining in, buddy. I just watched your video the other day, going out after those birds. Were they teal, I think? That's definitely something I want to get into this fall is hunting for ducks or geese. We've been out doing a lot of shooting for clays at the range, and so my kid there, my older boy, he's really looking forward to shooting some birds flying through the air. So that one definitely got me fired up. You guys had a good hunt. Got John Boy sharing out his link, which is great. Yeah, truth, LB, melanoma can turn into the big C, make an appointment. Yeah, you're right. It's better to get it looked at. The worst thing is they take a little biopsy and there's nothing to worry about, and maybe take it out, but at least having an eye on it is good, right? And if you see something weird, it's definitely better to get it looked after. And I think it's just a good reminder, like I was saying earlier, to all of us, we can all be a little bit lazy sometimes and forget our sunscreen, but it's a good thing to slather on. And it's funny, just something like I was saying earlier, ice fishing or going outside for a few hours mowing the grass, like all of it can turn into a sunburn pretty quick on a hot day. Hi, John's MRE. Good to see you, my man. Thank you for tapping in. Sunfish King, you were saying, asking me earlier if all Canadians are like trailer park boys. I'm not saying John MRE is at all like the trailer park boys, but if you like a Canadian guy who always says "Good day, eh?" at the beginning of his videos, I think you'd like John's MRE channel. Tough because I'm horribly broke. I have no insurance, but as soon as I get a new job, insurance, I'm going to a doctor with a huge list of all my insurance and doctor in a long time. That's so sad, man. That's one thing that we're lucky about here in Canada is, we can at least go see a family doctor and you don't have to worry about getting charged for that. So I hope you get in there soon, buddy. I hope you get in there soon. I was wearing your shirt today until I almost got a heat stroke. Now I'm sure this is turning into a lobster. Bro, go put on some flippin' sunscreen, man. You're killing us. Oh no. Some idiot hit me an hour ago, pushed me over 2 lanes. All I have is a scratch. Oh man, I'm sorry, LB. Drove right into you? Pushed you over 2 lanes. Like just literally drove into your lane, I'm assuming. That's brutal. One of my favorite shirts. That's great. Blue wing teal, that's what they were. Yeah, they look fun. We have a lot of little puddle ducks up here, so like mallards and stuff. A lot of geese as well in the spring and fall. I have to brush up on my duck identification. That's one thing I haven't spent a lot of time on. But I think they would be fun to go out and try to get a few. I think I scared the crap out of him. My axe was in the front seat. Yeah, I'm sure the guy just like peacefully left his insurance information and didn't get too chirpy with an axe on your front seat. Never mess with a woman with an axe on her front seat, right? Don't mess with a survivalist. Amen. Just coming back camping, my PP was next to it. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Hey, favorite cook. I don't know, your emojis didn't show up, my friend, but waving back at you. You're welcome, John. I like your reviews, my man. Reviews from the road. Healthcare is literally awful in the U.S. Yeah, that's really too bad, man. Especially for something like yourself, like a young guy like that who's, can't even go in and have something like that looked after. It's nuts. Called Nothing to Dread. Okay. Is that the book that you wrote? It's called Nothing to Dread? Woman outdoors saying hello to favorite cook. He was trying to merge at the last second. Oh gosh, hey. That's brutal. Yeah, some people just don't pay attention. I was saying a little earlier, LB, we are planning on doing some camping finally with our trailer. And it always, I don't know, when I'm towing my trailer, when you're changing lanes, drives me crazy. I always take extra time, leave that indicator on, give lots of space, but makes me a little nervous sometimes when other people are driving around. Um, especially like I said with the trailer, because you never really know what they're going to do or if they're going to see you or let you in. No worries, John. Take it easy, buddy. Be safe if you're out and about driving. Never shot a bird legally. Sunfish King, I think that bird hunting is like the absolute best way to get into hunting in general. Like especially if you guys have like grouse or pheasant or something like that. I mean, all you really need is just a pair of boots and a shotgun, and off you go, right? So you don't need really a ton of gear or a lot of equipment. It's a nice way to try or a nice way to get your feet into the door. It worried me with waterfowl was recovering them, right? Because if you're here, I think a lot of people will hunt ducks. I think similar to SoFlo, you'll hunt ducks like around a pond or whatever, right? And always made me nervous that I would shoot something, have it crash land in the pond, and then not find a way to recover it. So I just picked up this little like inflatable raft boat thing. So I think that that'll give me the flexibility where if I drop something in the pond, at least I can paddle out and grab it. So I think that that'll open up some opportunities for us to hunt around some ponds and things like that for birds. He hit the wrong person. Yeah, no, definitely. Check out John. That's great. I was thinking small game like rabbits and squirrels, but that could work too. Yeah, rabbits and squirrels are good too, right? Because you get away with just a 22 or something, right? Or a shotgun, whatever you have. And, again, not a lot of output. You don't need a lot of effort or special equipment and stuff. My kid was saying the other day, because right now there's really nothing to hunt. I guess in theory you could still hunt squirrels if you wanted to, but really there's nothing else in season. So he was kind of bummed out about that the other day. But end of August, beginning of September is when most hunting season starts around here. So we're excited to get out. My older son, he turns 12 this fall, so he gets to hunt deer on his own for the first time. So I'm hoping I can fill a deer tag before mid-October when he turns 12. So that way I can get my deer in the freezer and then we can just focus on guiding him. So that should be fun this fall. I just say good luck, everyone. And I lane change. Yeah, that's right. A little cross yourself and then just let it rip, right? Yeah, with the trailer, that's kind of what you have to do at a certain point. Hey, keep that flasher on a little bit, look and just hope for the best. But I always hate the people who aren't, like say if I'm driving down the road, right, and I want to get into the right lane next to me, and then there's somebody else in the far lane. I worry about that far lane. Like, is he going to try to cut into the same lane that I'm trying to cut into because he's not paying attention, right? That's the one that makes me a little bit nervous. I'm too broke to fish right now, let alone get into a new hobby. Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. Maybe you can find somebody who can take you out. That's always a good way to get started too. See if you can track down a friend or something. Try to run into Walmart. We'll keep you running. Thanks, LB. Good luck at Walmart. Keep away from every other driver and grocery carts. Got a few 22s, no shotguns. So yeah, 22 is all you need to get into, like you said, rabbits or squirrels. Nothing wrong with that. I've even seen people going after like grouse with them. Here in my neck of the woods, a lot of people will walk along the forest roads and hunt for ruffed grouse. And a lot of times the grouse are just kind of like sitting along the ditches of the forestry or oil field roads. And 22 definitely can work. Hi, Vanessa. Nice to see you. Thanks for tapping in. Uh-oh, we're holding up Sunfish King. Not getting as much work done listening. Got to focus on chores. Have a great day, all. You too, brother. Take it easy, man. Nice to see you. And take care of yourself, man. Lather up that sunscreen, bro. I need a hunting partner, but no luck this far. It's funny, Vanessa. I once told my wife that I think it's harder to find a good hunting partner than it is a spouse. Even in my life, I haven't really found the right hunting partner. I mean, there's so much to consider. I found that different people have different sorts of styles of how they want to hunt or how they want to camp, or even just like their different sorts of ethics that go around hunting, right? So, yeah, it's really hard to find a good person that's a good match. I think that's part of the reason why I tend to go alone a lot, to be honest with you. But now the kids have turned into my hunting partners. Like I said, I got the older one who's turning 12, so we're excited to get him a deer this fall. But if you're new into it, right, it's important to find a good mentor. But yeah, the ethics is the hard one, right? You'll find some people that just do things that might not be the same sort of ethics that I value, or may even be cloudy with what the actual rules and regulations are. And I want no part of that, to be honest with you, especially as a person who's trying to document my hunts with videos. I don't want to be around somebody who's living in the gray area and not following the rules as they are. It's nothing I need to be a part of. So that's been a big thing for me and has made it really challenging, to find a good quality hunting partner. Once again, see you later, SFK. Take it easy, brother. I have private land permission, but no one wants to explore with me. That's pretty tough, hey? That's hard, because it is. I don't know, Vanessa, are you a new hunter? Like, have you hunted before, or would hunting be like a new thing for you? Yeah, you have to let me know. But yeah, when you're a new hunter, you definitely want to have somebody out with you to show you the ropes, right? Like even if it's just going after grouse or rabbit or deer, or whatever, right? It's nice to have somebody who can kind of help mentor you if you're new. But yeah, the ethics has been the struggle for me, finding the right person. Been hunting since 1982 in Alaska. I got my first bear and moose up there in '84. Hunting ever since. Okay, awesome. So you're just like looking for somebody to kind of go out with, but you already know their ropes, obviously. So wow, that'd be quite the hunt, though, to get an Alaska moose. That's a dream hunt for me. Maybe bear someday. We have a lot of black bears around here, quite a lot of black bears. And I've thought a few times about buying a license for them, honestly, just to even help some of the landowners for the property that I hunt. One particular has a bunch of black bears, and I wouldn't really say they're problems, right? But they definitely snoop around their yard a lot, um, right? So, they wouldn't mind having some of them removed. But here in Alberta, black bears, I mean, you have to preserve the hide, which is kind of the annoying part, right? Because for me, just to remove a pest would end up costing quite a lot of money to preserve the hide, which I really don't have a lot of interest in. I've yet to hunt elk, 62 years old. Well, it's not too late to start. I haven't hunted elk yet. Some of my friends have tried to get me out with them, so I'm sure that'll happen in my future. Nice to see you, Dan. Appreciate you tapping in. I cheated. I got stationed in Alaska early 80s for 5 years. Awesome. Way to make the most of it, though. Hey, if you're up there, you might as well explore, the outdoors. I can't hunt. I bawled my eyes out after I hit a deer with a car. You know what, Hui? I, honestly, most every deer that I shoot is not a great feeling. Like I don't know how to frame this, but it makes me feel sad, even as a hunter, right? After I make that sort of decision, with the emotion that one goes through. Like I think back about, you know, last year's deer. For example, it's like after you shoot that thing, and it goes down, you're kind of like overcome with so much emotion, right? Like literally body shaking, excitement, adrenaline, definitely sadness, definitely remorse. Um, and then for me, it's like that holy shit moment kind of clicks in, and it's like the what have I done turns into let's get to work. And then, then it just becomes work, right? But I think it's pretty normal, and like I said, even for me, who's been hunting for, I don't know, I guess 20 some years, it still makes me sad, right? They're little living creatures, and you made a pretty tough call by harvesting one, right? So that's serious business in my book. My oldest brother had some doctor friends in Texas that gave him the elk meat each season. That was awesome. I lived for 10 years. Yeah, elk meat is very, very, very good. One of my favorites for sure. Moose is pretty good too, as long as you can get one that hasn't been, living on um, pine trees and pine needles. But I like elk probably the best. Healthcare is good here in the Philippines. That's good, favored cook. I will, I'm not never sure about it, but definitely sounds like the situation of healthcare in the States um, isn't great. Here in Canada, it's pretty good. It's just there could be pretty long wait times in many cases to see a doctor. And, if you need something more specialized, there's quite a lot of long wait times for stuff like that. But at least most of the time, like there's not a lot of fees and stuff like that. I'm a nurse. That's why I said healthcare is good here in my country. That's good. What kind of nurse are you like? Are you favorite cook? Like, are you just like a general nurse, or do you look after specific like kids or seniors, or you know, in certain kind of practice, I guess, or just a general nurse? Nice to see you, Mike. Thank you for tapping in, my friend. Hope you're having a very, very happy Friday. I fish and hunt for food. I do not fish just to catch and release. Nothing wrong with that, Vanessa. Yeah. Here in my neck of the woods, a lot of the fishing has to be catch and release. That's just how the rules are. So if you want to go fish, it is catch and release. But my kids are definitely in those ages right now, at almost 12 and almost 9, where they definitely want to catch and eat. So we absolutely like targeting some catch and eat situations as well. And I think it's really good for them to know where the food comes from, right? It doesn't just grow up in a little foamy package that's plastic wrapped at the supermarket, right? So I like to have them a part of that, and they really enjoy that kind of concept, just like you and I would, right? Of providing that sort of catch or providing that meat to others, right? So we do a bit of both catch and release and catch and keep. Yeah, we have sections of rivers that catch and release only, avoid those areas. I don't blame you though either, because the bad thing with catch and release is, like, we all know that sometimes when you're fishing, the fish can kind of take the hook a little more than you want it to, or it's kind of swallow things a little more, and it makes it pretty challenging sometimes to release those things, right? Um, I'm sure we've all had ones where, it's not the best hook set that we want, and catch and keep at least gives you the option to take it back something that you've, harmed, right? So I've definitely avoided, in some circumstances, some catch and release places too. Don't blame you. What else can I tell you guys? So upcoming stuff. So we're kind of late to the game, but we're finally getting into our camping season, I guess, if you will. I made the sort of promise or goal to camp once a month, at least one night every month in 2023, and I've been successful doing that. I did a hot tent camp in January with the boys. February, March, I did some ice fishing overnighters on the lake. In April, I went out and did a solo overnighter using my one-man tent. And then in May, we went out to our shooting range property and spent an overnighter. So I've gone 5 months already, which I'm pretty pumped for. But here in June and July and into August, we'll be doing a lot more family camping trips. We're planning actually going out to a couple of different campgrounds that we haven't been before. So I have done some campground reviews before in the past. So I'll probably do some campground review videos on a couple of different campgrounds, which is, I hope that that provides some value, to some local viewers who are kind of checking out a space, right? So we're going to be doing that over the next few months. And I'm looking forward to taking out my new little float boat out and doing some fishing here with my boys as well. So should have some fun doing some camping and fishing. Like I said, hunting season will start up for us in late August, early September. And last fall, we did a little bit of pheasant hunting, which was a lot of fun. So I hope that we'll get out and do some pheasant hunting. We'll do some more grouse hunting. And yeah, we'll also do some deer archery hunting in the fall and switch over to rifle season. So yeah, lots of good stuff coming up. I put in for my hunting draws this year too. So in Alberta, you basically have to apply for different draws for different species. So I put in again for turkey. It takes literally decades to get drawn for turkey in this province. So I am not expecting to get drawn for next spring's turkey, but to put in for that. And then I also put in for my antlered moose, which I might get drawn for because usually it only takes 2 or 3 years to get drawn for antlered moose. So that would be a fun adventure if I get drawn for moose again. So I'm hoping for some fun times. Yeah, turkey is funny. Turkey hunting this fall. So like I was just mentioning, here in Alberta, there's just a tiny pocket of super southern Alberta that you can hunt turkeys in, and you have to put in a draw, and it literally will take like 15 or 18 years or something crazy to get drawn for turkey, which is nuts. We were just down though in May down in Montana in the Whitefish area, and we went fishing down there and went for a family vacation. But we saw some turkeys around the roads out there, so it kind of got me thinking that maybe I might actually even look and see if next spring we can just do a turkey hunt maybe in Montana. Might be hard to bring the firearms down across the border, but I was thinking maybe even with the bow, could do a turkey hunt if I can track someone down, or maybe find a guided hunt where I can use their equipment. So yeah, I might look at that just because the opportunities here in Alberta are pretty poor. Maybe 5 or 7 years ago, we went out to British Columbia and did a turkey hunt, but didn't have any luck at that point. But definitely harvesting a turkey is one of those dream things that I really want to do, Vanessa. So hoping that can get on that. I am okay with releasing a fish near dead. I mean, honestly, Hui, that's kind of how it has to be sometimes, right? In some of these lakes where it's catch and release, you can't take something that's not allowed to be taken, right? So yeah, you kind of got to send it back and hope for the best. But I still don't love it. Camping is awesome. We agree. I love camping. Ice fishing in Alaska, where we sat and stared at the sky watching the northern lights, was epic. Yeah, that would be cool. Some of those dark sky places, right? We can just see the sky and the stars. Favorite cook, thank you for tapping in, my friend. Hope you have a good night. Appreciate you dropping in. The nutrients just get recycled in the environment. A bird picks it up or fish gets eating it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it goes back to the environment, right? That's awesome, Dan. That's great that you're on your boat, man. Are you sleeping out there, or just fishing, or just bumping around, exploring? Like, what are you doing on your boat, and how long are you on it? Good night, favorite cook. Thank you again. Sleep well. Ditch chickens. I love a good ditch chicken, bro. Can't beat them. Delicious, delicious ditch chickens. Vancouver Island has invasive wild turkeys. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, and I'm hearing in Alberta that they're trying to transplant some of the ones into other areas of the province. So hopefully someday we get a bit more widespread. But we were down, oh shoot, what area would it have been? It would have been just around Elko, BC. So maybe a little bit further west than that, but way down in the south there a couple of years ago. But didn't find anything out there. But yeah, Montana-wise, and it's only 7.5 hour drive down to Whitefish, so I would think that hunting turkey down there would be a riot. Out of town may change chicken laws. Vanessa's asking you, Hui, if they allow turkey hunting at the island. That's a good question. Can you hunt them on Vancouver Island? You'll have to let us know. We're up to 5 turkeys to harvest in the fall. They might increase it. Wow. Yeah, in some areas, they're like totally a pest, hey? Like literally people tripping on them. Yeah, I think that would be so much fun to hunt one. Oops, spilling coffee everywhere. I'm just gonna go grab a cloth, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, my friends. Making a mess. Spilling me. Oh, hey, we got Den joining us. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to join, and I'll add you to the stream, my friend. Hey, Smitty, what's going on, brother? Den, you ready to go? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Okay, cool. We'll add you in. There you are, my friend. Nice to see you.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. This is where I've been for the last 4 days.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I'm out on my barrel boat.
That's a nice rig. So you're camping in the boat too?
Yeah, I got a bed, bathroom, a place to cook, TV, DVD.
Nice.
Obviously, internet. I got the internet too.
That's
I came out here Tuesday. So I've been here 4 days, cruising around on solar power.
That's so rad. So your boat motor is just run off solar? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I have a Suzuki as a backup too. You know, because sometimes the wind is just too much for that trolling motor.
Mm-hmm.
But I drove around, I don't know, 5-6 hours yesterday and didn't drain the batteries much at all.
That's good. Are you doing some fishing out
And it's
there
a nice
too?
silent ride, you know. Pardon?
Are you doing any fishing out there too?
You know, I fished when I got here Tuesday night. I stayed right here in this little cove. And there were fish jumping everywhere. But I was whooped from the drive here. It was a 5-hour drive, and I took the drone up for a few minutes, and then I crashed out.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Probably so quiet out there at night, hey?
Oh, it's just the fish were on the surface all night, and just the sound of the crickets and dead silent and pitch black, though.
Yeah.
But I
That's
got
awesome.
lights inside, and it was nice.
Beauty. And how long are you planning on staying out there? You've been out there, you said 4 days already. Like, how much longer are you planning on going for?
I'll probably head in today.
Head in today.
Got to get home to the wife. I told her 4 days, so I better get home.
Yeah. That's good. And weather's good out there?
A beautiful place, though. What's that?
Yeah, here, I'll make your screen a little bigger here, my friend, and that way you can give a little tour if you want. Boom.
Yeah, check this out. Just a gorgeous place.
Yeah, the water looks calm, hey?
Yeah, well, back in the cove, in here it is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my helm. Go out the front door. Check that out.
That's awesome.
It was definitely worth the drive.
That's rad. You got a TV behind you there, buddy? You're like outfitted. It's like a home away from home.
Yeah, DVD player. And then, I got the hotspot for cable. I was watching YouTube last night.
That's too funny.
There's my bathroom, my bed, my cooking area.
That's a hell of a rig.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
COVID, had some time on my hands during COVID.
Mm-hmm. And you built the whole thing right from the ground up?
Yeah, I had the trailer built and then just built it on the trailer.
That's amazing. There's some comments here from Vanessa. She said, nice, haven't seen a barrel boat in a while. My brother's made a barrel raft for the river. Have you been fishing? And cabin on the water, very nice. Yeah,
this body of water has no houses. I'm in a state forest.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing around the lake is actually this is a dam off of a river. The only thing on this body of water is campsites. So I'm glad I just float around in my campsite, because some of them were, I don't know if they closed some of them for maintenance or something, but some of them were no camping, some of them are camping, and they fill up quick. So I'm glad I was floating in my place.
Are there other boaters out and about, or has it been pretty quiet?
I've probably seen, in 4 days, I've probably seen 40 boats.
Okay.
All fishermen. Well, fishermen and pontoons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's supposed to be salmon, everything in this water.
Wow.
So yeah, I just wanted to show you what this place looked like. It's pretty cool. Worth the 5-hour drive from my house.
Well, those places where you can go to and enjoy some peace and quiet, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. That's the thing. I live in a peninsula, and 3 directions I have water. I have Canada and a river on one side, canal on one side, and a bay on the other side. But it's all big water, and I can't really take this boat there.
Mm-hmm.
So I could go 10 minutes from my house and camp, but they don't have overnight parking by my house, and it's big water. So I drove 5 hours.
Well, that's not too bad. I mean, not too bad of a drive, especially if you're up there for a few days, right? It makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I got a cottage about 45 minutes from here. I could stop at if I needed to, but my dad's place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you jumping in and showing us kind of what you're, where you're at. You said you were planning on trying to do a live stream. Did you figure out how to do that or no?
No, I didn't. I don't know if it was quick enough. I mean, I could watch YouTube, but it'd take a little bit for the video. So I don't know if it's fast enough for live stream or not, and I just never.
It's been pretty good, like chatting with you. I mean, there's been a few minutes here or kind of little blips where the audio gets a little bit robotic or the video kind of got a little gurgled, but honestly, pretty good. I mean, you got a good connection out there.
That was another reason why I called you. I wanted to see if we could even do this.
Yeah,
It
seems to be doing pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah. A couple other
It was nice
comments.
talking to you. I was wondering what was going on. I haven't, I got your email a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to email you and ask you how to do the live stream before I left, but I was in such a rush.
No, that's okay. It'll probably be something, I mean, even if you're on, I mean, it'd probably be easier to almost chat to you one-on-one about it. Like, I don't know if you're on Messenger or something like that, but I use StreamYard, and it just kind of connects to YouTube. So once you go to StreamYard and make an account, it connects to your like YouTube account. So then when you create a live stream, it just puts it all up on there for you. So I'm sure there's a way to do it directly through YouTube, but I haven't done that just on the StreamYard thing. But if you need a hand, I'd be happy to walk you through it.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Cool, man. Well, thanks for jumping
have
on,
fun.
man. Thanks, brother. Take it easy. Safe travels home and enjoy the rest of your day.
Sounds good. You too. Thanks.
Yep.
Bye,
Talk
everybody.
to you later, bud. See ya.
Yep. Bye.
I agree, Smitty. It is a pretty stellar spot. Yeah, he's got a good thing going there. The boat looks pretty rad. Smitty said, "You folks getting some sun after all the rain was up in your area during the week for work." Yeah, we had a bunch of it from Father's Day through until Wednesday. Yesterday was pretty sunny and nice, and then this morning it's a little bit overcast. I think there's a chance again for some more thunder showers, but it's just kind of gray. I'm just looking out the window. It's sort of gray and cloudy a little bit, but yesterday was pretty nice. But man, the grass is already taken off. Like, doesn't take much, a little bit of moisture, and she's off and going. Oh, that's pretty cool. Vanessa, my dad's friend's dad was a retired game warden. He was one of the wardens who imported the turkeys in the early 60s to repopulate the state. That's amazing. We have them everywhere now. Crazy. And we had said YouTube videos on turkey hunting on Vancouver Island, so I guess you can hunt them out on the island. I think we got caught up with most of the comments. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for tapping in. "62 miles southeast to the Long Island shoreline from me. I fish Niantic Bay often." Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it looked pretty peaceful out there. Nice calm water, comfy boat. He's got all the amenities out there. Nice little sleeping area and kitchen. Like, heck of a good spot just to hang out. If I was him, though, I'd have a line in the water the whole time, I think. It's funny, we're supposed to go and do some camping with some friends in a campground that's not near a lake. And I said to my wife that I was going to find that boring, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm the kind of camper who doesn't sit still. Like, I'm constantly tinkering with something, making fire, chopping wood. If that's done, I'm out fishing, or, love to go do stuff like that. Just always being busy. I'm not a good person at just sitting still. Some people will go out to a campground and they'll want to play ladder ball or bocce ball or beanbag toss or something, but that ain't me. Like, I want to be doing something. So in this case, I told her, I said, well, we might as well bring a pulled pork, because at least I know I can cook a pulled pork for like 6.5 hours, and they'll give me a project to do. Because like I said, sitting on a campsite with nothing to do, not for me. So I think if I was on the boat with Dens, as much as it's nice to just relax, I have such a hard time sitting still. I would have lines in the water 24/7. But yeah, definitely looked like a pretty rad spot indeed. Yep, can't beat it, man. I love a pulled pork. 6.5 hour project, right? Maybe longer. When I go camping, I like axe throwing, playing with a knife, making pointy sticks. That's what my dudes do. They're running around the campground with their little packs filled with knives and compasses and fire sparkers and all that stuff. Doing stuff like that. So yeah, a good project for the boys is to have them try to use the little fire sparker, right? To just make a little fire. That usually keeps them busy for a while. Honestly, though, Smitty, fishing I'm fine with. I can sit still and fish. I can sit still in a tree stand. I can sit still in the ground blind. I can, sit there from morning to night. That to me I find different. But like sitting in a campground, and I don't know, playing bocce ball or something, I have a hard time with it. I find that boring, like even if we can go hiking or go for a walk. Another thing I like to do in some of the campgrounds around here is do geocaching, which I kind of find fun, just to roam around and check stuff out. But I got to be having some sort of like a camping activity, right? Sitting there is just, I find pretty boring. I can't fish. I got to be moving. Yeah, that's like my kids, Smitty. Like if they don't catch a fish in 4 seconds, it's like they start to get real bored, especially my little guy. Dude just can't sit still, so he'll start throwing rocks right away or tearing apart the snacks. Lines in the water and the grill and smoker going constantly. I'm with you 100%. Yeah, that would be my jam too. Yeah, cooking meat, smoking something for 6 or 10 hours. Can't beat it. It's a great project. Walking the rivers is the best. Fishing besides getting the food. Yeah, yeah, hanging out in the water is amazing. Yeah, you might be right, Smitty. Maybe it is the promise of action. I don't know. There's little tinkering though with fishing that you can do, right? Between changing lures or fixing gear or whatever. Usually when I'm out with the boys, I'm untangling them and changing hooks and fishing hooks out of trees and snags. And so maybe I just like that because I'm not sitting still looking after them. At the lakes up in Massachusetts, I always have a hard time. Massachusetts, I always have a hard time saying that one. There are wild blueberry bushes all along the shore, fishing and snacking all at once. Yeah, that's awesome. I would be doing the same thing. Nothing wrong with that. Fly fishing is fun. Smitty always moving there. Yeah, that's one thing I want to try too is fly fishing. I think that would be a riot. And it always looks so classic when you see a fly fisherman roll in there, with the waders on and little bag of flies and just snagging trout after trout. And the thing I like about fly fishing too is it seems like, I was talking earlier about the fish that get all, swallow a hook and hard to remove the hook and, you risk killing them every time. At least, with a little single hooked fly, for the most part, doesn't seem like that mangles up the fish, like bait and treble hooks can. July is the best month to harvest wild blueberries. Yum. Yeah, we have a little bit of wild blueberries here and there in the bush. Usually, wherever you'll find wild berries, you're going to find bears. They go hand in hand. They like to eat them as much as you and I do. I learned to fly fish in Alaska on the Base Lake at Elmendorf, AFB, 1987. Wow. Yeah, fly fishing definitely looks fun. Yeah, I was looking at just like some basic starter rod and reel kind of fly fishing combos to kind of get into. I don't want to spend a ton on it, but I think it would be nice to have and play around with. I think it would be pretty cool to catch a big pike or something, big pike or a walleye on a fly. I think that would be awesome. Berry picking in Alaska was an experience. You would be concentrating, grabbing the berries, and looking up to see a bear munching next to you. Yeah, 100%. You got to have your head on a swivel. Yeah, same thing here with the black bears, right? If there's a berry patch, you can almost guarantee that a bear's been through there. We tend to grow. I see a lot of the blueberries growing in kind of sandy soil around here. And a lot of times you'll see the tracks in there or the dig marks from the bears where they're literally ripping up the whole, plant. Yeah, Alaska would be a place that I'd love to explore someday. I think that would be really cool. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Salmon fishing. The Copper River has bears sitting a sandbar over from us eating the fish. Wow, be a heck of a sight. At least you know it's a good fishing spot, right? If the bears are in there. Man, it sounds like you've had some adventures though, hey? Our office was the veterinary office for Alaska. We helped the first veterinarian to run the Iditarod trail race each year. Wow. The Iditarod, I hope I'm saying that right. I could be butchering it, but the Iditarod trail race, is that the dog sled races? I think I've heard of that before. Are you going sturgeon fishing anytime soon? I haven't tried. I mean, I fished the NSR, as you know, and caught nothing. Every time I fish in there, though, I'm a little nervous about what I'm going to reel up. But either way, no, be cool to catch onto one, though. The river is a beast, though. I feel like I got to really explore it a little bit better. Are you out in the Edmonton area right now, Hui, or are you out in BC? Because I'm assuming that from watching your videos that you spend time back and forth at both, right? Dr. Daniel Atkins, he was a vet in the USAF. He was the first to get to ever run on the trail to also help the racers. Oh, you're in Edmonton right now. Yeah, we'll have to get together and fish sometime, man. Ice fishing or summer fishing somewhere. Be fun to hook up and connect. I was wanting to also see if I could connect with the Revelos there as well and do some fishing. Maybe ice fishing. We can all do something in the wintertime. Sturgeon is banned here in Connecticut, but we have them swim up the river. I'm up 52 miles for the mouth of the Connecticut River. Cool. Yeah, sturgeon can be pretty big beasts. I think that'd be pretty wild to catch one. Yeah, let's roll, man. We'll make a plan. Ted, nice to see you. Thanks for dropping in, brother. I don't know if you guys have all met Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors. As I mentioned a little earlier, though, guys, I encourage you to go check out each other's pages or channels, I guess. If you see any names in here that you haven't met before, go bump over and say hello. And, maybe you can make a new friend. If you want to share out your link, you can type hashtag new friend, all as one word, and that'll share out your link. But just as a reminder, guys, if you are connecting with somebody new, I just encourage you to go over to their channel, watch a video or two, leave a like and a comment, and then usually that'll help that connection stick. Otherwise, if you just flood people with just a quick connection and then leave, 90% of the time those connections do not stick. So no hurt feelings if you leave here for a few minutes to go bump over to someone else's channel and go pay them a little bit of support, but just make sure that those connections stick, guys. I'm 100% in, brother. Let me know. We'll go out there and catch some sturgeon. That would be a heck of an experience, man. I want to fly space available from the base here back to Alaska for fishing and hunting again before I can't. Yeah, you totally should, my friend. Yeah, it would be a hell of a place. I think like a float plane trip or something where they fly you in on a little plane and dump you off somewhere in camp, come back for you in a week. That would be pretty fun. Seems like beautiful country. I saw alligator gar in Texas in the river near me. Those things are huge and old. And there's some cool critters out there, hey? I'll have to look up what they look like, Smitty. I don't know if I know what they look like. I'm looking on my phone right now. Alligator gar? Oh, wow. They look like a alligator gar. Looks like kind of like a pike with like a dinosaur face, man. Those teeth look gnarly, like they got a big bill almost, hey? If I'm looking at the right thing. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Is this the right critter? We go this way, I guess. Does that look right? Dang. Yeah, their tails look like a pike almost. Yeah. Yeah, they look like a pike. Dinosaur face. They're ancient. That's crazy. It's the largest species of the gar family, is among the largest freshwater fish in North America. Huh. Oldest alligator. Oh, geez. Like I'm looking at an article. Oldest alligator gar on record was 94 years old. These fish are literal dinosaurs. They have survived every major extinction event over the last 147 million years. There's a TikTok of one. I got oh man, I'm horrible at trying to control that. But can you guys see that thing? Wow. That's crazy, dude. It's insane. Gnarly looking critters. What are you up to this weekend, Smitty? What do you got going on, brother? And what do you guys all have going on? I guess I should ask. Nice. Smitty's heading out to Vancouver Island. Beauty. That's one spot I've never been to. I've never been to the island. Got my rover with the rooftop tent back from the mechanic today, hopefully. And we're out to explore. That sounds rad, buddy. Sounds fun. The rooftop tents are pretty cool. You don't have to worry about finding flat ground. Level off the Jeep, I guess, if you want, and off you go. No plans. Yeah, one day I got to get out to the island. My wife and I were talking a few years ago about going there for anniversary. Maybe someday. Yeah, I love to have the mat quick to set up, and the kids love it. Yeah, that's beauty. The quick to set up is nice. It's funny with tents, right? Like a few years ago, I had this big Coleman tent. I think it was like classified as an 8-man tent, but kind of thing where you could probably throw 2 queen mattresses in it, maybe sleep 4 people comfortably, right? So we had that thing, but I got rid of it when I got that big old Alaknak hot tent. So I traded off the other tent and got the big tent and a little 1-man tent, but now I miss having a little, medium-sized one again, right? Even my wife and I were saying we could take the, boys out and some of their friends camping or something like that. And she's like, oh, well, we could put a couple of them in a tent. I'm like, we don't have a tent. I got the circus tent, the Alaknak thing, or my little 1-man. So I kind of miss having something that's kind of quick and easy to set up. Vancouver Island is beautiful, worth the trip. Cheap flights can be found for $100 a person, 2-way. I go every 2 months. Yeah, I figured you spent a lot of time out there, man. So, yeah, we would love to go sometime. We'll have to look out for some flights. The last time I remember looking, I thought it was a lot more than $100 per person round, but maybe I'm wrong. Nice to see you, Nicole. Thank you for dropping in, my friend. Appreciate you spending time with me. If you haven't checked out Nicole Hikes a Lot's channel, I definitely encourage you to. She's been a really, really good friend here for, I don't know how long we've been connected for, Nicole, but I would say, it's got to have been well over a year. Nicole's always out and about camping and hiking with Tim Eats a Lot. Really cool channel, and Nicole's a great community member. So I appreciate you dropping in. You guys can share your links out if you guys want. Hashtag new friend will share out your link. Glad to be here. Thank you. Yes, LOL with Tim Eats a Lot. Yeah. Eats a lot, poops a lot, right, Nicole? I think I've heard you make that comment before. It can be up to $400 a person for flights to the island. Just have to keep checking. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely would love to go out there someday. The other place I'd love to explore would be like East Coast. My brother-in-law, he's from PEI, and a lot of times, him and my wife's sister will go out to PEI with their daughters for 3-4 weeks at a time in the summertime. They always tell us how fun it is and how nice it is out on the East Coast. So maybe someday, but I know it's a lot more expensive to go out to the East Coast than $400, right? So I think the island is probably a lot more affordable. I'd love to go hike the East Coast Trail in Newfoundland. It looks awesome. Yeah, it's just beautiful country, hey? The beaches are nice. The ocean is nice. Got the classic like lighthouses and those rock formations. Absolutely beautiful country. Would love to someday go out there. The furthest east that I've ever been, I guess probably would be Toronto, technically, but I've been to Sault Ste. Marie and Thunder Bay a few times. And that's about as far east as I've been, just for work trips and stuff. But would love to get out to the East Coast. That would be absolutely awesome. I agree, Nicole. Would be wonderful. someday, hopefully, to get out there. But that's exciting, Smitty. I'm glad you're going out to there. Should be a good time. Hopefully the weather's good for your trip. We're planning on going out and doing some camping. Like I said, it'll be our first trip out with the trailer. I had some weird electrical issues with the lights this week, so I plugged into my trailer on Monday and found that the back driver's side turn signal wasn't lighting up. So every other light was working just fine. Marker lights were good. But the turn signal, which is also the brake light, wasn't. So I monkeyed around, tried to look at fixing it, got some advice from a friend about how to fix it. No luck. So I had a mobile mechanic come out and take a look at it, which is the coolest thing. So the mobile mechanic kind of rolls in, takes a look at that stuff, and helped me diagnose that it was actually a glitch in my plug on the truck. So we got that straightened out. Now it wasn't a bulb, so that was the first thing I checked. And then I thought, like, the housing of my light has that, plastic cover over the light, and it was collecting water. So I thought that maybe, there was some sort of a short. And so the mechanic, hooks the lights back up and it goes on. And then right away he's telling me, oh yeah, it's just wet and it dried, which I didn't really buy that it was. I hoped it wasn't, right? To call him for something that stupid, but we ended up troubleshooting, and all it was is like my plug on my truck just had a little bit of slack around it. So the trailer plug going into it wasn't sitting properly. So I got some of that, what do they call it? Dielectric grease or something. I think that's what it's called, Smitty, dielectric grease. So I put a little bit of that in there and then gave a little wrap around the trailer plug with some electrical tape just to kind of tighten it up a little bit. And it's good to go. But it was $95 for the service call for the guy to come out, and it was $150 an hour. At least he spared me by not charging me the full hour of his labor. But the nice thing about it, though, it was expensive. It was a $200 visit, but at least he came out and troubleshot it and figured it out for me then, right? Like a couple years ago, we had some issues with our trailer with the propane, I think, leaking. We had a propane leak, and I'm sure I had some electrical issues too, but we ended up taking it to the dealership that we bought it, from. And they had it for, I bet you they had my trailer for 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something crazy. So, granted, I guess you're paying this guy a couple $100 to come out and fix your issue, but at least it's fixed all that in there. And I got to watch him fix it, right? So I'm kind of learning as he goes, as opposed to taking it. And I'm certain if I would have taken my trailer to an actual dealership or a mechanic, I would have just dropped the trailer off. He wouldn't have had the truck to troubleshoot. And he probably would have just told me, oh yeah, the trailer's fine. And I would have come home and still had the same issue potentially, right? So the mobile mechanics absolutely are really, really, really great. The guy I called was awesome. And it's funny, Smitty, he said, the guy I called says he does work all the way out to Lloydminster and as far north as Slave Lake and Grand Prairie, because they're just so busy. He's working basically 9 to 9 every single day of the week. So good service, a little expensive, but at least she's fixed. If you go to the island, I can show you many places. Boat rental to man your own boat on the ocean, only $35 per hour for 4-seaters. Oh, wow, that's not bad at all. That'd be fun. Yeah, I'll definitely have to take a look at going out there someday. But yeah, we're planning on doing some camping this weekend, so we'll probably do a campground review. Like I said, it's a place I haven't been to before, so got that going on. And yeah, there's an archery range actually nearby, so I might even take the bows out and go fling some arrows around. It should be fun. I don't think there's really any place to fish out there, but I got my pulled pork to cook, right? So at least I got an activity. 6 hours of smoking pork should be good. Yeah, Smitty, I love the archery, man. It's one thing to fire off shots with the, at the range with the 22 or rifle or whatever, but I could literally shoot my bow all friggin' day long and never get bored. I just find it like relaxing and fun to do. And then there's all the little tweaks of, things I'm doing wrong and tweaks on the bow. So yeah, we'll probably go out and fling some arrows. I think it's 15 minutes away where we're camping. It's like 15 minutes away from the range that we're members at. So should be fun. Go do a little bit of that, I think, if the weather holds up. Yeah, Nicole. Yeah, I said to my wife, because there's nothing to do with this campground, right? I think there's a swimming pool, but there's no lake, no fish pond. I don't even know if there's walking trails. It's just one of those boring campgrounds where I think you just kind of sit around. We're going out with some friends, which is fun. So different family friends, but I'm a busybody. I was saying earlier, I don't like sitting still. I like to hike or explore or fish or do something. So I told my wife, let's bring a pulled pork for dinner, because at least that way I'm going to have a 6 hour long project. I'll have something to do for the better part of the whole day. So crush some beer and do a pulled pork, and life should be good. But yeah, I have a hard time sitting still. So yeah, might do archery range maybe. I did throw our fishing rods in there. Maybe we can find a stock pond or something like that. Being with friends is so much fun. Yeah, this is a good group of people where they're basically friends. Where we became friends with them because our kids were friends at school, and then kind of just become family friends and families that are friends. So what do we got? One, two, three, four other families and us. So it'll be a nice pack of kids running around in the campground on their bikes and all that good stuff. So it should be a fun weekend anyway. Looking forward to it. Like I said, we haven't taken our trailer out yet at all this year. So this is our first trip with it. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to get the kinks ironed out for the first one. Can never find anything, or things you're finding or put away broken or in the wrong spots and all that jazz. So a little bit of figuring out to do, but it'll be nice to get the first trip out of the way. And then I think we have, with this trip, I think we have 3 trips in 4 weeks or something like that, like 3 camping weekends on the books with the trailer. So, and 2 of those are at places I've never camped before. So I'll have some campground reviews coming up too, which is fun. I always wonder what the people who run the campgrounds think about me doing campground reviews of their spots. I haven't had anybody get mad about it, but who knows? I mean, those reviews are just intended for giving people advice, right? Camping fees are pretty expensive nowadays. It's not cheap like it was when I was a kid. Um, and a lot of the times with the price of fuel and all that stuff, you kind of want to know what you're getting into. So I like doing the campground reviews just to like help people out who might be, Googling a new spot and trying to piece together on whether it's good for them. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I pull the trailer out somewhere, I get a lot of anxiety, to be honest, about like, what's the parking situation going to be like? What's the roads going to be like? Where do I get water? How do I access the, sandy tank to dump out the wastewater? So I like those campground review videos personally because I just find that, for me, they give me a lot of advice and they kind of help calm down some of my anxiety about being someplace new. And yeah, so I like to do those reviews. Hopefully, to help somebody out. It might be a little bit boring though for you guys, being that you probably would never camp those spots. But yeah, I agree. It's important to know what a campground is like. 100%, Nicole, right? Um, and so hopefully it helps. Like I try to include some shots of the roads and where you get water, what kind of amenities are at the lake or campground, what does the playground look like? Because the other thing you'll find is a lot of the pictures that these even the provincial parks put on their website, or private campground people put on their websites. A lot of these pictures are, they're presented for people to book there, right? So I don't know. I like to share our opinions of them, and hopefully it helps somebody. Seems to be averaging $40 per night on our trip, staying in Hope, Nanaimo, Field River, and a few other places and hookups. So yeah, that's probably about the going rate. Hey, $40 a night, more with hookups. Yeah, I don't know what the place, like I'm pretty bad at this stuff. My wife books a lot of it. I don't know what this place costed. Probably have to figure that out. Um, I'll tell you if I can find out. And ours is just power hookups. There is no, and it's private. Let's see. Rates. Yeah, so 30 amp site, $48 a unit. 50 amp pull through sites are $50 a unit. 15 amp sites are 45. So 45, 48, or 50. And that's just power only, no water. Like I said, there's a place to fill up water when you get there, so you can fill up your water tanks, and then there's the sandy dump which you can use, right? But $40 a night. Not cheap. And everything books so quickly too. That's another thing we found is like you got to book weeks in advance right now. Otherwise, everything is booked solid. And even the place we're staying, they told us that they're booked solid until September, except for like weekday availability. So you can get in there on a, Monday to Friday if you want to, but you're not going to be able to book anything over a weekend. I got to go make my pizza. Good to chat for a while. Thanks, Nicole. Enjoy your pizza, my friend. I appreciate you joining in, and pass on a hi to Tim as well. And enjoy your pizza, my friend. Take it easy and have a good weekend with whatever you decide to get up to. It's nice to see you. And I really appreciate you spending some time with me this morning. It was really fun to see Denz's boat. What a cool spot to be. Paddling around and just relaxing. It's awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to get out though. Do a little camping. Hopefully the weather holds up, and hopefully the weather's good for you, Smitty, on your trip out to BC. Last weekend was miserable, man. Rain, rain, and more rain. We went out on Saturday morning there with my little boat for the first little trip for a few hours, and we beat most of the afternoon rain. But then it rained all day Sunday, pretty much all day Monday, pretty much all day Tuesday. Wednesday started to get a little better, but the ground was still pretty soggy and wet. Um, but we needed it. And it's nice. The place that we're camping this weekend doesn't have a fire ban on, which is great. So we can actually have campfire, which is good. We have a little propane fire pit that, we're prepared to bring with us if we need to. But you get to have a wood fire, which is awesome. A little bit better ambiance there. I can believe it. I went up Black Rock Mountain and got soaked, including snow. Yeah, there was a lot of snow in the mountains. Hey, I saw some pictures from around Hinton and Jasper, and I think I read 20 centimeters of snow or something in some spots, which is crazy for friggin' June. I don't get how we go from so dry conditions where we're dealing with fires everywhere to having places flooded out and dealing with snowfall. It's horrible. My home is just south of Jordan River. Small world, I guess, hey? I'll be driving right by you. That's too funny. Let me know, Smitty, if you want to take any Sapaco rations out your way. You want to try some nasty rations. I don't think I'd give those to my worst enemies, to be honest with you. They're friggin' gross. So disappointing. Maybe I'll give them to a friend to use as bear bait. Family went to Buchanan today, out at Point by Point. I booked. They changed to Victoria on staying. Be a fun trip, though, anyways, to drive out that way and stop at a few spots along the way. That should be fun. Good old gross rats. The 2010 IMPs I got in for this week are probably better. Yeah, you're probably right. Gosh, I love IMPs. They're perfect. Yeah, there's next time you're in Edmonton, there's a place here. It's called Seb Arms. I'll spell it for you like that. Arms, and it's like a military surplus store in West Edmonton, and they get IMP. That's usually where I get my IMPs from. They don't have them all the time, but they get them occasionally, and they're actually on Facebook and Instagram. So usually I'll just bump them a message and ask them if they have anything new, or sometimes they'll just post when they got new ones. But I got those friggin' gross Sapaco ones from them. Like I said, never get those again, but they get IMPs occasionally too. And the whole store has that like sea can smell, where it all smells like, oh man, what would you say? You know, the smell of military surplus, kind of like mildew and like just smells like old. I didn't mean to stop in there. Always see them bidding on stuff on some auctions I follow. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. Yeah, it's a pretty good spot. And they seem reasonably priced. Like I think the last time, how many IMPs come in a case? Is it 10? Yeah, I think 10. So I remember maybe $80 or $100 a case is what I bought the last IMPs for. So 8 or $10 a meal, I guess, which isn't really too bad, in my opinion. I paid the same for those crappy Sapaco ones though, so you gotta watch what you get there. I've taken my wife to that store before though, and she's just like grossed out by it. Like I said, because of the military surplus smell. It smells like a dirty old sea can. And then I'm eating food from there, which is questionable. That's a good spot though. They used to have a store, I think Seb Arms owned that store in West Edmonton Mall called Camel Jacks, but they shut that store down. $300 a case for IMPs? I didn't pay that last time from Seb Arms. So next time if I find out, if I pick up some Smitty, I'll let you know. And then, yeah, grab a case for you or something. But I'm pretty sure Seb Arms is still selling them for 80 to $100. Definitely not 300. Hey, Multi Hunter, how are you doing, brother? Nice to see you. I ran your playlist, my friend, for the last few days. I came downstairs this morning and I had gone through your whole entire playlist. So I think I've done all of your videos. So hopefully gave you a little bump up in the watch time, my man. Hope you're getting closer. And yes, Smitty, I will. If I see them again, I'll definitely buy some more. I still think I have a case of Canadian dinners and lunches. And then I have a few odd ones that my buddy from Doorward Outdoor Adventures here on YouTube gave me as well. So I think I got some, is it 2018 ones? They're still in the paper bags. So maybe they're 18s or 19s. But yeah, if I see them again, buddy, I'll let you know. They're my favorite IMPs. You can't go wrong with them. The only one I never really liked is the shoot, what is it? Turkey strips and orange sauce. That one I don't like. Not for me. It's just weird. Like sweet and sour turkey strips and noodles. I would pass, I think, on that one. You are very welcome, my friend. I love Seb Arms. Haha. I used to buy camouflage for a paintball game. I love it. Yeah, Seb Arms is great. Yeah, sometimes I'll stop in there, if I got a few minutes between, work as I'm running around. Yeah, it's a weird spot, but they got some good military surplus stuff there from time to time. Definitely for paintball, you can't beat it. Friends making friends, that's nice to see. Turkey strips is freaking gross. Yeah, that one is nasty. Definitely not my favorite. That's probably my worst. I think turkey strips is probably the worst one. I'm trying to think if anything else jumps out that's worse than turkey strips. I like spaghetti and meatballs. That one's good. You can't go wrong with like stew. I think there's a beef stew one. I'm trying to think of other ones that I've had. Even the poutine one is kind of weird, but I like it better than turkey strips. I saw a guy, and I think it was on the Canadian military. Like they have a Instagram feed for the Canadian military, and they post a lot of the IMP stuff on it. And a guy took the poutine IMP and he put the fries and the gravy cheese mix in between the buns, and then he grilled cheesed like the buns. So it was like a poutine grilled cheese, which looked pretty good, to be honest with you. Nice to make some new friends. I said a little bit early, if you're connecting with anybody, make sure you take a few minutes to kind of click on them, watch a video or two, and leave a like and throw in a comment. And that stuff usually helps make the connection stick. Otherwise, what I've seen happens a lot is you go and make a new friend, click on their page. You think you've made some new friends. They think they made some new friends. Everyone's numbers goes up, and then boop, tomorrow they just disappear. So like I said, the best thing you got to do is when you make that connection, watch some of their videos. Even if you leave this video for a bit to go watch theirs, that's all good. But leave a comment, leave a like, make sure that stuff sticks. Yep, I can share Smitty's link. Absolutely. Just bear with me here, my friend. If Smitty beats me to it, he can type in hashtag new friend and shares it out that way, but I'll look for him too. Just looking for you. Oh, that'll share out multi-hunter. Hang on. The problem, Smitty, is when I type in Smitty to search for you, there's several other Smitties. And that's why it takes me a second. There we go. I got you here, bud. Pasting you in right now. Boom. And that will take you to Smitty's link. Got you covered. Yeah, so like I was saying, make sure you go over there and, click on a video or two and give it a watch. Make sure it sticks. Thanks, Smitty. You've been a elder statesman here in the Canadian MRE community. So yeah, what you're going to do is if you find Smitty's channel, you're going to see all sorts of different ration reviews, basically. A lot of IMP rations, but other ones as well. Fellow Albertan, good human being, I think. Yeah, you got it, multi-hunter. Yeah, there's a few names that are similar. Makes it a little trickier to find, but there you go. That should get you there. Well, like I said, if you click on his page, make sure you give it a watch for a minute or two, and allegedly, and make sure it sticks. Otherwise, if you flutter in and just hit subscribe and then bail out, that will not stick. It'll just disappear, and then your new connection will disappear forever. Hopefully, we've been able to make some new connections though between y'all. Multi-hunter, how you doing with your watch hours, buddy? How close are you getting? I know that YouTube supposedly changed the monetization, right? They dropped it to 500 subscribers and 3,000 in order to get into this like hybrid partner program where you get your memberships and supers and shopping, I guess. But the actual ad revenue still comes at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So on my hub, I haven't seen anything flip over yet or be offered about the 3,000 yet. So maybe that's coming. Maybe they're going to offer it out to people here soon, but that hasn't flipped over. So I think I'm about 38. Right now my phone says 38.17. So we're getting closer bit by bit. Dropped it, but no ad revenue. Oh well, I'm nowhere close, but that's because I need to put out content. It's hard to put out stuff though, man. There's definitely been times where, I think I'm on a pretty good streak right now of putting out something weekly, at least all year this year. And I don't know when I missed a week, but I always put them out every Thursday, 2 o'clock. And I haven't missed one in a while, but there's definitely been some times where it's a real struggle to film something. Sometimes you just want to be lazy. And I've also had situations where I've gone out to do something and, filmed like 6 minutes worth of video of raw footage and wouldn't even be able to cobble together anything if I wanted to. So it's hard. It's definitely hard sometimes, Smitty, to put out stuff regularly. But you got to have fun doing it. That's the thing too. And that's why I kind of like, at least with my channel here, it's a little bit of a mixed bag between the camping and the fishing and gear reviews and hunting and all sorts of stuff, campground reviews. The mixed bag at least keeps me engaged. If I was only doing camping content or only doing hunting content, I can't imagine how much harder that would be to keep me, engaged in this process. And I think if, as a content creator, if you're not engaged and having fun, it's pretty hard to, put out stuff that people are going to enjoy. I watched a video, I won't say who it is, doesn't matter, but I watched one of his videos and, he kind of opened up the video by just basically saying how he didn't have any energy, he was tired and not feeling good. And stuff like that really sets the tone for the video. Like just watching it was like, holy man, like I'm bummed out for this guy. Like no one wants to see you feeling, I don't know, unenergetic or down. So I hope he's doing good, and I left him a note saying I hope he's feeling better. But yeah, you got to have a high level of energy and got to be engaged in what you're doing. Otherwise, I think you're doing it wrong. That's just my 2 cents. Well, I think I'm probably going to wrap it up though, guys. I'm just looking at the time, and I guess I've been blabbering here for $1:45, almost 2 hours, which is crazy how fast time goes. But yeah, I'll probably start to wrap it up. But it's nice to connect with you guys in this sort of fashion. I had the link pinned, and we're going to keep doing this so that way you can, join on to these things if you want to chat live. So we'll do another one. At least I'll try to do one live every month. So this will be my June one. I don't know if I'll get another one in here before the end of the month, but we'll come back and do another pop-up in July. Ideally, if I can, I like to sort of set these things up with some sort of schedule or cadence, but sometimes I just can't, man. It's too hard to with stuff like this, with these live streams. But we'll do another pop-up one maybe in July. I wanted to also, though, thank Outdoors with Den. So Outdoors with Den popped in a little earlier and showed us around his barrel boat, which was pretty awesome. So when this video goes up as a replay, I'll make sure I tag him in it and tag his time, so that way you can go back and check this out. If you're watching this as a replay, you can go check out Outdoors with Den. Other than that, I hope that you guys go back through some of the comments and make some connections with one another and make some new friends. That's the really the spirit of these kinds of things, is to make some community and build our community and build our connections between one another. But I always have a good time too, kind of talking with you guys about with what's going on, or chatting about things that maybe I haven't touched on as much in the videos. But yeah, no, appreciate you guys dropping in. I hope you guys all have a really good weekend. Smitty, drive safe on your trip. I know that you're out on the road, so I wish you well on your journey, and I appreciate you tapping in today. I hope everyone else has a really good weekend as well. But yeah, I guess I'll end it as I always do. Once again, though, if this was your first time here and you like outdoor adventure videos, gear reviews, and other outdoor related stuff, well, please remember to hit that like button, that bell notification button. Subscribe. Oh yeah, I got to subscribe too. So subscribe, like, and bell notification button so you don't miss anything. Once again, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all your ongoing support. And yeah, I hope you have a really great day and a good weekend. And we'll catch up with y'all again here soon. Thanks again so much, guys. Happy Friday, and we'll chat soon. Cheers. Bye.